Hi, I'm Travis Zeiler, and today in the city, the holidays are upon us in San Francisco. We're going to see some of the fun things there are to experience here in the city by the bay during this most festive time of the year. From holiday decorations and activities for the whole family to enjoy, to shopping destinations and annual events that make this one-of-a-kind city especially memorable, San Francisco has it all. There's no better place to deck the halls, and it'll certainly make your spirits bright. So let's go. Thanksgiving break is over for the year, and that means the main course of the holiday season is here. And where better to get into the spirit than Union Square? The centerpiece of the holiday decorations is the Macy's Christmas tree, standing 85 feet tall, which is nearly as high as the statue of Nike in the square. Nike is the Greek goddess of victory, in case you were wondering what it meant. The tree lights up the square and draws thousands of visitors each week to bask in the good vibrations. One can't help but leave feeling just a little bit more uplifted after being here. With a variety of street vendors selling light-up toys and hot dogs, the square takes on an almost carnival-like atmosphere, and we're all here for it. Then during the 8 days of Hanukkah, the annual Bill Graham menorah is set up in the square so visitors can enjoy all the fun of the Festival of Lights as the 25-foot-tall menorah is lighted one night at a time. It's a lovely reminder for all to spread the light and do good things for others, which is the true spirit of the season. Aside from the decorations, the Safeway Ice Rink is also set up in the square between late November and early January, offering thousands a chance to ice skate right here in the city. Just be sure you practice with some rollerblades before you get here if it's been a while, like it was for me this year. And even though there's more open room on the ice during the day if you want to go faster, it gets busy at night, so come in the mood for more of a slow skate under the glimmering lights. It wouldn't be the holidays in San Francisco without some high street shopping, and Union Square is still one of the best places to spend a day or two checking things off your list, enjoying the sights and commotion, riding the cable car, and taking care of the business end of the holiday season. You can even find some great deals in the stores in this era of trying things at the store but buying them online, so there's still a good reason to brave the crowds and come enjoy shopping the old-fashioned, full-contact way. You can even go sit on a mall Santa's lap. I've been coming to the city most of my life, so even as a jaded local nowadays, I still look forward to enjoying the fun on Union Square during the holidays. Surrounding the attractions in Union Square are none other than some of the city's most famous hotels and top high-end shopping destinations. And all are pretty well patrolled these days, so it's one of the safer places in the city to go after dark. Right at Union Square, there's the Westin St. Francis Hotel with their famous Sugar Castle and model train to greet visitors in the front lobby. Then at the top of Nob Hill, just to the north of the square, are the Fairmont, with a real-life gingerbread house in the lobby that you can walk through. The smell is fantastic if gingerbread is your jam. Then the Mark Hopkins also has a beautiful Christmas tree display, complete with a life-size Santa Claus. Actually, he's a little bit too tall. I mean, I'm 6'2", look at this guy. Early in December, there's the annual Santacon, in which thousands of visitors and locals alike go out dressed as St. Nick and keep the bars company, let's just say. Then each December they also decorate Maiden Lane for the Winter Walk. For some additional sightseeing and shopping just outside of Union Square, you can also take a walk through Chinatown with its wide variety of shops and restaurants, primarily on Grant Street past the Dragon Gate. Then continuing just northeast of there's North Beach with plenty more to see and a very lively nightlife scene, especially in December with the holiday parties at famous venues like Original Joe's, the Italian Athletic Club, and plenty of others. Then to the west there's the Japantown Mall, complete with holiday lights in the Peace Pagoda Pavilion, and a shopping and dining experience that's second only to actually visiting Tokyo for the holidays. Heading back to the financial district, one can't help but stop and bask in the stunning light displays put on by Let's Glow San Francisco, in which several buildings have a cool light show projected on them with a vast selection of visualizations brought to life with music. If you see one while walking by, it's well worth the 10-minute stop to go check it out. Speaking of lights, if you want to see something you'll never forget, head over to Golden Gate Park and check out Entwined. This year, the Elder Mother tree display is the centerpiece with its mesmerizing color patterns and hundreds of cubes. And over by the McLaren Lodge, which we learned about in episode 3, the huge Christmas tree, nicknamed Uncle John's tree after Dr. John McLaren, is first illuminated for the season in early December. And this year, the tree lighting ceremony was accompanied by a fantastic holiday festival. Not far from that, the Conservatory of Flowers is also worth a stop at night to see the cool lighting displays, and it shows that Golden Gate Park always has something interesting to see and do, whether day or night. And as many times as I've been there at nighttime, including ghost hunting at Stowe Lake for the Halloween show, the park seems like a very reasonably safe place to go. As for other attractions at night in the city during the holidays, we'll follow the path of the SkyStar wheel as it moved from Golden Gate Park over to Fisherman's Wharf recently, and now overlooks the bay by Pier 39. We saw Fisherman's Wharf in detail during the day in episode 1, but the nighttime experience here is something else entirely, especially now with the giant Ferris wheel here. The SkyStar wheel provides a stunning view of the city skyline to the south, and the bay, including Alcatraz, to the north. Then nearby at Pier 39, the Christmas tree stands tall at the entrance, and I was even lucky enough this year to be there on the first day it was illuminated. The rides, restaurants, shops, and bars provide hours of fun things to do here, so come ready for a crowd, but it's an overall good vibe and you'll go home happy after some great experiences and lots of exercise. Now we'll hop on a cable car and head back home and get ready for the winter solstice, which, when it's not raining, is really cool to see from Ocean Beach. This is the shortest day of the year in the Northern Hemisphere, and as a beachside resident, I've seen the sun take 1 minute longer to set each subsequent day, reminding that in 6 months, the sun will be setting way up behind Point Reyes from the perspective here, and hours later. Sunset before 5 p.m. always takes some getting used to, after all. Last year we had a pretty killer rainy season due to the El Nino, so we'll see how January 2024 goes. On clear December days, you might even catch a green flash sunset. Now, we don't normally get snow in the Bay Area, although as a kid I remember a few years with snow on the mountains, and even in recent years it's gotten snowy up at Lick Observatory to the east of San Jose. But the last time snow fell in San Francisco itself was in February of 1976. However, if you've been dreaming of a white Christmas, you need only head about 3 hours to the east of the Sierras, where you'll find plenty of snow and ski slopes to go with it. Or do like I do in some years and go all the way up to North Idaho, where the idea of not having snow in December is just as strange as snowfall in San Francisco. Just outside of San Francisco, but worth mentioning still, is that some of the major theme parks in the region, like California's Great America to the south in Santa Clara, and Six Flags Discovery Kingdom to the north in Vallejo, feature some incredibly fun holiday celebrations of their own. So if you haven't seen them before, it's worth a Sunday or two to go and have some fun riding the rides and enjoying the holiday decorations, the music, and the food. Stick around for the epilogue of this show, which will close out Season 1 with some first-person roller coaster rides. Along with Christmas and Hanukkah, December is also the time for plenty of additional holiday celebrations and traditions to experience in San Francisco, like the Las Posadas holiday shopping event in the Mission. Las Posadas is a commemoration of the journey of Mary and Joseph leading up to the birth of Jesus, and the tradition continues for many right here each December. Then there's Kwanzaa San Francisco, which takes place after Christmas and up until New Year's. The Museum of the African Diaspora hosts a great annual Kwanzaa celebration where you can learn more about the 7 principles of Kwanzaa, from Umoja, unity, to Imani, faith, and enjoy 7 days of community celebration, poetry, and music here in the city by the bay.
Sit your asses down and have some knowledge dropped upon you.
Then at the end of December, of course, lies New Year's Eve, which in the city features an outstanding fireworks celebration by the ferry building overlooking the Bay Bridge. Now it gets busy, so try to take public transit into the city as much as possible to avoid parking complications, traffic, and the possibility of car break-ins. It's a family-friendly experience worth the time hanging out in the cold, and a great time to reflect on how your year went and what you want to do in the new year. Well, that does it for our holiday tour of San Francisco. I hope you've enjoyed it. This is Today in the City. I'm Travis Zeiler. Happy holidays, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching Today in the City, and if you haven't seen the rest of the shows in Season 1 yet, go check them out. There's a lot of fun making each one and learning more about the city along the way. I've lived here for many years now, and it feels more and more like home each show I do. This concludes Season 1 of Today in the City, and we'll be back with more shows in future seasons. If you enjoy these shows, drop a like and a comment about what you might want to see in an upcoming season. Now without further ado, we'll close out the first season of Today in the City with some roller coaster action.